Okay, so we're gonna start with importing our list. I created a list already and it's prepared. We have first name, last name, email addresses, and then different interests. We're talking about wholesale vegetable business. We separated people interested in different paprika types, onion types, and tomato types. We also added the zip code. Maybe we're gonna do some filtering for that later. So it's nicely organized in columns. I have one information in column. I could add also here more information, but this is just a simple import. Later I'm gonna show you how to do complicated import as well. But in the simple one, let's just have one interest per column. So our sheet is Excel sheet is ready. We have to create the same fields in Friendly Automate, which I already did. So when you go here to the custom fields, you can see that I created a paprika interest, onion, and tomato interest for the import and for my contacts. It's a simple text field. So if I would add a new one, it would look like this. So I could add, for example, pumpkin interest as well, and that could be also text. And that's it. You don't have to worry about anything else. Alias, you don't have to fill out, just save it. And then you have your new field there. We're not going to need that now, so I'm just going to delete it for now. Okay, let's do the import. Import can be done by the contacts. By the way, when I save this document, I want to save it in comma separated value. So right now it's in Excel. Let's save it as CSV. Vegetable as CSV. Save it. And we can show that, first of all, I will save it in Unicode UTF-8. This is what Excel trying to save it as default, but I'm using OpenOffice, LibreOffice. I have to choose this separately. Field delimiter will be comma, and text delimiter will be this apostrophe sign, and that's it. Basically, what we need. It's saved. So I'm gonna go back here to the import. It's quite hidden. It's here. Import, and we have the vegetable list here. Again, this is the separating sign, and this is for text delimiter. Upload. The upload doesn't really happen right away. We have to pair first. We can set the owner of the data. If we have multiple people in our company who are dealing with data, this makes sense, especially if they can only send information to their own data. In this example, it doesn't really make sense. We can already put them in a segment, but we would like to do this in a smarter way. So I'm not going to put them in a segment just yet. And we won't add tags either. The tags should be also field similar. You can use tags when you want to mark field similar to this one, but in this case, this keeping the columns and adding the custom fields is just, we're going to have a better overview like this. But for example, if there will be something typical for the whole list, then I would add a tag. For example, I would say that I got all these people in a trade fair. So I would call it trade fair. I would add this tag. By pressing enter, this tag will be included for all the customers who we import here. So if you, for example, move your list from MailChimp or from somewhere else, maybe you want to keep the list origin in a form of tag. So I will just leave this straight for now. Why not? Okay, so email will be an email. F name will be the voorname. L name will be nachname. Onion interest, we actually have this already. So I created the same name, so it's pretty easy to find. And we will import tomato as well. And the zip code will be Postleitzahl. You can see here actually Postleitzahl also for Hauptunternehmen. That's the company zip code. You don't need to choose that because this is a contact import, not a company import. Okay, so once we're done, we're going to choose import in the background. So this will start, and in approximately 1 minute, all these lines will be imported. I will stop this for a moment and then continue when the import is done. And let's see what happened, how our contacts look like when the import is finished. So I refreshed in the meanwhile, it changed. Now we have 11 lines added. One is ignored. Why is that ignored? Very simple, because I also had the header there. So it's totally normal to have one ignored. And I have all the people here. We don't know where they are because we didn't import it. Once they visit our website and we know it's them, automatically this information will be also added. So let's see, Andrea. Let's see what she has here. So she's interested in yellow paprika, spring onion, and Spanish tomatoes. And that's pretty much what we have here. So it seems that the import is all good. Now we have our list and we have our newsletter ready. By the way, we would like to send emails to all the people who are interested in paprika. So what we have to do is we have to create a segment for the paprika lovers. We can do this different ways. Let's see. One way is let's create a brand new one here. I mean, brand new segment. Paprika interest. This will be the name of the segment. We're not gonna deal with onion and the rest right now. Let's turn on the filter. So, what we're interested in people whose paprika interest is not empty. Because this would be then all the customers who have some kind of value in their paprika interest. And when I'm writing the newsletter, I will make sure that I will address all their paprika needs, including yellow, red, and green. I will talk about all three. I could do it differently. I could actually do it this way, this segment. I could create it in such a way. By the way, we have the 9 contacts, so probably we don't have Josephson there. We can see it here, by the way, and as you can see, Josephson is not there. We can actually change the filter this way, that the paprika interest and health, so includes, say, yellow. We're gonna have only 3 people like that. It takes about 1 minute that the segment refreshes, so let's wait just 1 minute. And it's updated, so we have only 3 people in our segment. These 3. See, you can also filter like this if you want. But what I did, I just went to the segments and clicked on the number. 3 people. Andrea, James, and Lucas. Andrea, James, and Lucas. So it's good. So let's go back and then say that our paprika segment is not empty because we want to write to all the paprika people. We don't want to just talk about yellow paprika. We will talk about all different colors. So let's edit the segment and not say that it's yellow. We could, by the way, also add this way that the paprika interest or red. And then in that moment, this will be updated to 6 in a minute approximately. Yeah, refreshed. I have 6 people in there. So everyone who doesn't have green basically, so Gisela, Ingrid, and Steve are not here. How else could we achieve this? So how can we exclude certain information? Super easy. We just come back here. I will delete this and say I want anyone who doesn't have green. So we're gonna say anyone who doesn't have green. This should be actually the same list. So let's change it, anyone who doesn't want yellow. And then we're probably gonna have different people here. So we should see the green paprika people as well in this list. Just let's wait 1 minute until it refreshes. Okay, it refreshed in the meanwhile. So we have 29 people. What? Why we have 29 people? It's a very simple reason. Let's click on them and see why we have 29 people. I only have 6. So why is it 29? So the reason is because here I also have people included who we don't know the email address from. And there are 29 such people in this list, because we have visitors as well who don't have this certain information. So any unknown visitor who we don't know anything about would qualify for this, because the interest is not yellow paprika. So let's exclude the unknown contacts from this list. So bring this. So all these, previous visitors, including me, should be not included anymore, but only people who actually have an email address. So let's go back here and add the filter. Email not empty. And this way we will have all the people we know the email address, and they're not yellow paprika fans. So the red and the green should refresh in a couple of seconds. Okay, it refreshed. So we have a new number here, 8. Why 8? Because we have our test user here. Also don't have this value filled out at all. So if I go here, I have it empty. And the other person is, we have here one more guy who is not interested in anything. So also not interested in yellow. So that's correct. We have the 7 plus the test. Okay, so let's go back, make the list so that anyone who is interested in paprika, so paprika interest is not empty and has an email, and this is gonna be 6 users probably in a couple of minutes. Okay, so we have our segment ready, and let's create our email, which will be sent to this segment, and let's go to the next video.